Morning, Tony Lyall.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Hey, everyone has fallen in love with our good mate, Ryan Fox. It's not just New Zealanders that have got a wide on for him.
No, it makes sense as well. He's so lovable. He's so rotund. He's the everyman that the world didn't know they needed. And, of course, he's going to get picked up internationally.
Yeah. Pat McAfee, who is a big US sports personality, he basically, when I was in the States, he talks for about 10 hours before an NFL game.
The show is on constantly. He's always in a black singlet like Billy T. James or Fred Dagg or something. Former player as well.
Yes.
So I think he's got that insight and, he got a few connections in there. But he's huge. I don't think we can underestimate how big this show is.
Anyway, he fucking loves Foxy, and this is what he had to say.
The Open, Royal Birkdale. A guy won. That'd be playing in your local muni. I seen this guy play golf at the Rolling Fields in Plum, Pennsylvania. This guy is a legend. I don't know how I didn't know this guy existed until yesterday. I would like to let him know. I have no idea how his build, how his stance, how his swing, how his mentality, how his strategy, how any of it works. But I love it, and I'm going to be chasing him for the rest of my life. I've decided that this is going to be my swing. This is going to be my style. I'm not waiting at all. To win the Open, a major, something that only happens to a few people in the history of the entire sport. Don't mind me. I'm going to take half a second. Let me roll this thing in there. Bang. I just won a major. How are you doing? Keep it moving. Now, once I get the trophy, obviously, we're putting red wine in that thing immediately, which once again, we would expect from Rolling Fields' tee box number one if you were to win a major. This guy, I think, is good for golf. I think this guy is great for me as somebody who's trying to get better at golf. And also a story that if you would have bet on him when Schlaubaugh told us he was a little under the radar, you would have got paid in a huge way. Ryan Fox, Open winner.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Cannot wait to talk to this guy. Just an absolute hero of people who aren't supposed to be good at golf.
Wow, that was the most ADD and they edited out every breath he took.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he's I think by the time we've recorded this, Ryan Fox would have been on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, well,
which is you can't underestimate, like you said before.
It's
how big
huge. It will genuinely propel him to superstar, and that show is watched by so many. And it's just on so long, you can chuck it on at any stage and just catch up with everything. It's just like a yarn show, almost like a few hours long podcast. But yeah, it's watched by millions and millions of Americans. And I love the thing they've called out that both he rushes through everything.
Yeah.
Like he's not in a rush, but he just doesn't need to muck around.
Nah.
And red wine in the claret jug. Because I saw some people saying, this is a disgrace. I saw commenters saying
that's
wine shouldn't go in the claret jug. This is what I thought.
It's called claret. It's
know.
built for red wine.
It's exactly what I was like, what are you talking about? This is perfect. I guess that's maybe the old school mentality or something. I don't know, but get red wine in there.
He's going to be Middle America's new hero because when we talked to him last year, we asked him the question, who do you hang out with on the tour? Who are the GCs, who aren't? He obviously wasn't going to do the aren't one because he's a GC. So he said he hangs out with South Africans and the Aussies because they've got something in common. They have barbecues together. He said all the English guys and most of the European guys are all pretty friendly. And we went, what about the Americans? And he went, they stick to themselves. They do their own thing. They don't really socialise. They don't really talk to you kind of do their own thing, which is not that endearing to the Middle American.
No.
And they fuck around on the course. You've got pull-focused DeChambeau, who hasn't done himself any favours by threatening to call Uncle Trumpy in the middle of the Open because he got a penalty. You've got the Rory McIlroy slagging him off. But then you've got someone like Foxy's come along who plays quickly, like you said. He's everything they love about him.
Even the shape of him, the shape of him doesn't hurt. Like he doesn't look like, and I know he is an athlete, but he doesn't look like a finely tuned athlete who's watching every scrap of food that he intakes and is in the gym at 6 a.m. every morning. And I know he does a lot of work, but
I'm sure his strength and condition in terms of his golf swing and what he needs to do there is pretty.
And even the fact that his swing isn't classical, it isn't like what textbook golf in a way. It makes it feel more accessible because we've all got ugly swings. Yeah. But it works for you, so you kind of get it. You're happy with enough with it, which I think is makes him so relatable.
Oh man, he's that so if they pick up people like Pat McAfee and his audience pick up Ryan Fox, forget Tim Payne.
Yeah.
Forget Tim Payne's social media. I want to track his.
Yeah, I think it would be a good one to put it on right now. What he's got now. I mean, I'm sure it's still pretty big. And what he might be in 6 months' time, because if he does crack that American market, it's an outright. And he's already been putting in a lot of work. Because I think about a thing like chasing the fox. He didn't need to do that at all.
No.
And he's gone for sort of a grassroots New Zealand approach to an event. And in the years, 3 or 4 years, that has almost doubled in size every year to be like a bit of a phenomenon. And you think of what, if he was to team up with the likes of a Pat McAfee, what he could do in America with that same sort of event.
Oh, yeah.
But with, a little bit more push. It's kind of boggles the mind. He could have a full party hole, every hole, Chasing the Fox event at one of the most prestigious golf courses in America.
Go do it at the Phoenix Open at the Waste Management.
Waste Management could become Chasing the Fox Waste Management. Genuinely, he could have a full hole, or it's.
I've seen the Chasing the Fox event's been picked up in America. I think maybe it would have been ESPN. Something picked it up and said, check out Ryan Fox's charity event in New Zealand. And it's a pretty wild video because it's like DJs and celebrities just shanking shots and him surrounded by just people drinking beers on the fairway at Royal Auckland, of all places.
Yeah.
If you've been to Royal Auckland, outside of Chasing the Fox, it's not a place that you walk around with a beer.
No, they're not keen on that sort of carry on.
Yeah.
But it does also make you wonder the people who will be coming out of the woodwork, probably right about now, sending a few emails into Chasing the Fox saying, hey, I'd be keen to get on one of the teams this year if that's all.
Yeah. ESPN might go, can we pick it up? And they'll go, you definitely need to drop those commentators.
Some of the big dogs who might. No, well, I mean, that's part of the charm.
I don't know if it is.
I think it's part of the charm.
I don't know if it is. Rightio, let's get this underway live from the Export Beer Garden Studios. This is the Agenda Podcast for Wednesday, the 22nd of July.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Straight off the bat, a correction corner.
Correction corner. Speaking of Ryan Fox, and this is on me, this was a mistake. I can let you know, 95,000 followers Ryan Fox has got. So not a shitload. 95,000 currently. This is his bio, pro golfer and proud New Zealander, which I'm a big fan of. 95,000. So let's track that over the next coming weeks. But no, corrections corner, and this is an apologies to Merv Wallace, who is Ryan Fox's granddad. He is not Grant Fox's dad. He is Adele Fox, who's Grant Fox's wife's father. So
it's still a family lineage.
It's still a family lineage, but it's not as direct as I would have liked. I was kind of hoping it was sort of 3 in a row.
So you're looking for the family tree straight kind of that way when really it's gone that way.
It's more of a correction more than an apology, just to clear that up. And Merv Wallace, I mean,
big Merv.
What an absolute guy. He's got, he was the captain of the New Zealand Test cricket team. Didn't play a lot because of something called World War II. I don't know if you've looked into that, but it was it's pretty big.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, the Germans were up to no good. They've done it a few times.
They hated cricket, though. That's why.
They've done it a few times, the Germans. Cricket. Yeah, they were too busy, trying to take over the world, like Pinky and the Brain over there. This quote from New Zealand captain John Reid, the most underrated cricketer to have worn the silver fern, which I thought was interesting. And he was nicknamed Flip by his teammates because that was the strongest swear word they ever heard him say.
Oh.
He must have been, oh, you flipping legend over there. And I like this. This is what he did post-game. He ran a sports shop in Auckland with tennis player Bill Webb, which was called Wallace and Webb, and it included a tea room. So sports people would come in, I guess, get measured up for stuff, and then just hang out in the tea room and knock around with their families. He was honoured in the 2004 Queen's Birthday Honours as a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit for services to cricket. He was awarded the Bert Sutcliffe Medal in 2005, and the old members stand at Eden Park, Outer Oval, was renamed the Merv Wallace stand in his honour.
And that's Grant Fox's granddad.
I didn't know
that. I didn't know Merv Wallace.
Ryan Fox's granddad.
Ryan Fox's granddad.
Yeah, so there's a Merv Wallace, Grant Wallace.
I've heard of the Merv Wallace stand, but I didn't really.
That's Ryan Fox's granddad. And I also did some research because yesterday I said, imagine Ryan Fox's son. I didn't know if he had a son. He doesn't. I believe he's got 2 daughters. So maybe they'll be out there with Lydia Ko chasing after some mana in the women's golf game.
Well, he might not be done like yourself.
He might not be done.
Yeah.
He might have, the claret jug might have got to his head. Who knows what he did to celebrate. Some footage coming out of him with the jug on what can only be described as like a commercial airline.
British Airways.
And it's in the overhead.
Yeah.
It's so insane to think of.
And sitting behind him apparently was like Cam Young or something, like the guy he was just about to do the playoff with. So imagine that you're sitting there and you're stuffing the trophy and you're like,
doesn't fit. And that guy, when someone takes your space, your allocated space above your seat in the overhead, and it's a bit annoying, like you get there and the guy in front of you. Imagine if that happened, you go, there's no room. and it's the claret jug that you just lost, you'd go, listen, mate.
I wonder if Foxy got on that commercial flight he's obviously flying down to Heathrow to then fly over back to Miami.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he got on that plane and goes, oh, please don't sit next to any wounders. Please don't sit there. And then some Kiwi gets like, Foxy!
One of the big chats was, why is he not flying business? And you have to imagine that ticket was booked before he won.
Yeah, I think also he just needed to get from A to B. And I think if that flight was only an hour or so to Heathrow.
Just a little one.
Yeah, I think you can handle that. Or
I wonder the hungover levels that he must have been working with on that plane.
Oh, yeah. He did say, I think in an interview, he was not 100.
Yeah.
What did he say? I'm a little unwell.
A little unwell. I also heard him say that he basically drank red wine out of the claret jug until he just couldn't do it anymore. He's like, I'm spent. And then just gave it around to all his mates, all the supporters, said, you guys, you can drink out of it all night long. I'm done for the day.
Oh, that's good stuff. God, that's good stuff.
It really is.
And a good segue from Merv Wallace into the Black Caps, currently into their final one-day match, their pointless bilateral versus the West Indies. They wrapped the series up 3-1. This is just the last game in Barbados. At the time of recording, we weren't going too badly.
No.
When I saw it, it's New Zealand 203 for 5. I know. Yeah,
203 for 5.
Lost a few wickets.
10 overs to go. And, I mean, it's a real who cares-a-thon. I did see, though, 50 there for Will Young.
And Nick Kelly and old Mick Hucknall and Latham's 44 not out at this stage. So
it is the sort of game that you're like, could there be in international sport less pressure than a dead rubber in the Windies that no one's watching and you just get chucked in? Are you just batting to show the coaches you can bat? A
pointless bilateral series in which it's already been won by the visiting team.
Yeah, they're like, does a 50 do you even chalk? Should it go on your stats?
Oh, you chalk it up.
It's a stat padding exercise at this stage.
Chalk it up. But I suppose the West Indies would be like, let's do it for Sir Garfield. We didn't do it.
True.
We didn't do it the last game. Maybe we should do it this game. They had a horrific montage at the start of the game, just repeating that drop catch over and over again. It wasn't great.
Yeah, it's the worst thing to see yourself on the big screen dropping a catch. I think about it all the time doing a cricket MC, and they'll play a little highlights reel, and often in that reel will be a moment like that where someone does something, getting bowled out, and the players are on the field practicing. They got to look up and watch themselves get clean bowled from the first game and go, oh shit, that was, or a dolly catch just out to mid on, something really lazy, and they'll replay that a few times, and you're out there warming up for the next game. You're like, would it kill you to not play that where I sucked?
Yeah, poor Chris Martin got subjected to that, and I was involved because we were watching a test match. Black Caps versus Zimbabwe at the Basin Reserve. Myself and Paul Ford and a few other friends are up on the hill. And we had to score quick runs. Nathan Astor was out there. Nathan Astor just loves playing that slog sweep. So we hung out at mid-wicket. And back then they had a very simple promo, $100 a day with jackpot for a crowd catch at a test match. It was up to $1,000. Gone through 2 test matches, no one had taken a catch. Anyway, Nathan Astor absolutely laced it over mid-wicket, and I was standing in front of the hill at the base. I was literally waiting for the 6, and he hit it straight to me. I palmed off one other spectator, this little Indian chap who tried to get in my way.
Yeah, see you later.
Palmed him, he hit the deck. I reverse cupped it. It went straight in, went up to the hill and celebrated with everyone else because I knew we'd run $1,000. Threw it back in, and then they came around with 10 $100 notes.
Amazing.
New Zealand cricket. Here you go. We were like, not the stupid check will transfer to your account.
Yeah.
Cold hard cash.
Jeez, you don't get that these days.
Anyway, about when New Zealand obviously set a target, came in to bowl, and Brooke Walker was bowling. And Brooke Walker didn't get a lot of test wickets. And he bowled this delivery to this Zimbabwean batsman who basically dollied potentially the easiest catch ever seen to Chris Martin at mid-on.
Oh.
Chris Martin went to catch it, went through his hands over his head. It was potentially one of the worst drops he's ever done. And then the coverage proceeded to do a split screen between me and Chris Martin. And I mentioned this earlier in the year because Chris Martin was involved in the Black Clash. And I introduced myself as that person, and he goes, that I got so much shit for that for years. You were the other guy on the split screen at the Basin Reserve, and he goes, man, that's one of the worst moments of my career.
Was that on the broadcast?
Yes.
Or was it, so that footage must exist somewhere.
It is. We've got it. Paul Ford's got it. It's out
beautiful.
there. It's out there. I'll show it to you after the podcast. We'll even slip it into the podcast.
Yeah, lovely.
But also it's Ian Smith absolutely eviscerates him because he goes.
It's the dream for a commentator.
He goes, on the left, an international cricket player. On the right, a club player. And it's me going, oop, just running into the stand. Oh, poor guy.
This job is done for the day. He can relax.
Is the catching of the two players. One's a club player on the left, the other's a test player on the right. And the end result is slightly different as well.
I felt terrible. I did feel terrible afterwards because I did see him at the pub and he was
good from you though, because I mean it's always been my goal to catch a six. I wonder if I've worked at 100 Black Caps games over the near decade that I've done the MCing, and I've barely got close once. The odds of it not getting near me is insane at this stage. The amount of times I've been out there walking around the outfield. This season was the closest I got. It went straight up at Eden Park. I think
I remember this.
And it just got big on me. Just right at the last second, I actually took a couple of steps forward thinking it wasn't going to get to me.
Mistake.
And then last second went over my head. If I'd stayed where I was, it probably would have... It was always going to be a bit big, but I definitely didn't need to take a couple of steps forward. And then in the end, it flew over my head. And it was startling. It was coming at me a lot faster than I thought. Like, if you haven't had a catch for a while, it's scary.
Oh man,
it's a good effort to catch if you, especially if you had a couple of brewskis.
We'll get this video out because probably the most disgraceful part of this video is the prison vagina that I'm running.
Oh yeah,
I've got a goatee. I've got a kind of late 90s goatee going on.
That does sound horrific.
Early 2000s actually. Early 2000s goatee.
Were you running the wee clit tickler as well?
No, it was it was the full.
The full Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, the full vag. Paul Ford's taken a catch. He at the Basin Reserve. It was New Zealand Pakistan. It was the game that it was someone got hit in the head near the end there. Mitchell McClenaghan got hit in the head and he got cut his open. Anyway, they slogged at the mid wicket. Our caravan was up in front of the Cricket Museum at the Basin.
Yeah.
And it was one of those rare occasions where there was a one-dayer at the Basin. It was rammed. The ball was coming. Well, I was on commentary and we're in the caravan, obviously just glass, no shatterproof glass. This is 1978 glass.
Like the glass and Ghost that will cut the bad guy's head off.
And we're like, oh shit, this is coming. It was Matt Henry that hit it. We're like, holy shit, this is coming. And then out of nowhere, in front of the caravan, a hand came out and just caught it one-handed, Paul Ford, and then brought it back, just threw it back into the field. It was the most casual six, one-handed six you'll ever. And he's not a sportsman. He was even shocked.
Well, sometimes it just sticks, right?
Yeah.
It hit your hand and the ball almost all the work. Now, is there footage of that? Because that is incredible.
There isn't, because at the time, everyone hated us. And they didn't even put a replay of the six because they didn't want to show the caravan.
Come on.
So it was Sky, and even the groundsman goes, there's a good catch there in front of the hot dog stand.
Oh, come on, groundsman.
Yeah, so he didn't like us either. That was DJ A-hole. That was
classic DJ A-hole.
And then they didn't put a replay of it either, of the catch in front of the caravan. So.
Yeah, that's an affront. That's actually dastardly. Well, the idea to sink so low that you can't give people their due. This could be the greatest sporting moment of his life.
If it would have gone global if he'd let it go, though, because it would have... it would have cut us up because we're like this far from the glass. It would have completely shattered glass all through our faces.
Well, I always think that is a great sort of side of field activation they could do. Like, I mean, I was thinking you could put the caravan there and hit the caravan, some sort of winning situation. But I mean, if you put a giant glass sculpture on the side of the field, and if one of the players smashes the sculpture, or like put a priceless work of art or some porcelain.
We always wanted to build a glass house. And each pane of glass has a monetary value to it.
Perfect.
And so as you hit it, like it shatters, you've just won $1,000 or,
Love that.
But just the sound of...
It's not bad. You could have like a giant long table and have people having like a long lunch, and there's like beautiful china and huge bowls of soup, and it's all laden out, and there's chandeliers and shit like this. And then so if a ball comes in, it just wreaks havoc, trashes the place. I mean, I don't know if there's a winning component, but it would look good.
That's what happens at the Black Clash, of course.
Exactly that, but nicer.
But they have corporate hospitality in the round tables, like a couple of meters from the boundary. And everyone's got glassware It's like they're worried. They're opening cans up on the hill just in case you throw them. Meanwhile, there's glassware.
A play like Ruben Love's about to jump onto a table and get impaled on a champagne flute.
Correct. Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick little break here. We'll be back with probably the best halftime show I've ever seen.
Yes.
Right, your kids, Tony Lyall, are they playing a bit of sport yet? A bit of competitive sport?
Yeah, they play a lot of sport. They play cricket. They play football. They play athletics, which isn't really competitive, is it? You're just running around in a circle. But I feel like 55 other things. Netball, swimming, the works, really.
This time of year, especially for my kids, they're probably a little bit older than yours, but it's a time of the year where all the parents vote for the most valuable player in the team.
Not quite yet, but yeah, that is coming up the track. But they're still a bit young, so it's more of a, you win it once and then your name gets noted down and then you don't win it until everyone else has won it again.
Oh, that's the weekly one. I'm talking the end of year prize giving. I'm talking the end of year prize giving. What happens?
Just starting.
Usually is when they get a bit older, everyone votes for an MVP. There's always a sportsmanship trophy or whatever for the GC and the team.
Yeah,
and then
the clubman. There was the clubman. I had a vice-like grip on that award. Never won the player, but clubman was my claim to fame.
And then the MVP, which is obviously the most valuable player, not only in performance but in terms of being a good bastard, turning up to training, whatever, vibe and everything else. Now, the golden rule is you never vote for your own child.
No, you can't do it.
This is something that I don't think has been taught or educated to parents. It should be in your antenatal class. They should be like, when the baby comes out, it's not breathing, you do this, that, and the other, or, you always sleep it on its back, not on its front, and don't vote for your child in the MVPs.
Crazy. Who's voting for their own? They can walk around because they will come up and ask, who's playing well? And my daughter, she likes her football. She's pretty decent at it. There's no way, even she could have scored 20 goals, which she sometimes does, and I will still be like, that kid over there in the grass.
You don't, but it's happening, Tony. It's happening, and right in front of my eyes, there is parents, and they'll double down as well. They'll get the mum and the dad to vote.
Oh,
so then they'll double down.
Outrageous.
So you can't be giving your own child the MVP. You got to go somewhere else. Let someone else vote for your child.
And if they are the MVP, they'll get it anyway.
Yes.
And you don't want to think, they only got it because I said they should get it.
Yeah,
it's a good surprise. My daughter, she won Emerging Cricket Talent last year. She got a big old trophy for it. I had no idea it was coming, and it makes you even the more proud. You go, this is bloody great.
Anyway, I am just going to lobby for the fact it should be included in your antenatal classes. When people are pregnant, they should know these things.
But you should just know that out of your, vibe alone.
I don't know.
You should be able to just understand that ain't kosher.
I don't know. You need, once you get out there and you discover these parents, they're not normal.
Yeah, I guess they're wanting. It's all part of it. They've got to win that award. They've got to get a scholarship if they want to get into Kings, mate. You can't be mucking around without an MVP.
Well, it's going to be 6'3" and about 120 kgs and good at rugby.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They also have that thing now. I like the awards because it's kind of like there'll be best, let's say it's cricket, best batsman, best bowler, but there will be MVP. And so the best batsman will be the best kid, who's probably the best. But he's also I find often they're not the coolest little dudes.
Yeah.
Or dudettes. And then so they'll be like, but the MVP, they're like, this kid was obviously just the best vibe guy and also was the best player and was a good hang as well.
Yeah, totally.
You're like, this guy here, obvious, undeniable skill and stats, but he's a bit of a punisher. So you get the batsman one, mate. No MVP for you.
Okay, so I'm going to have to deal with that in the next few weeks because it's the end of rugby season, you see it's coming out. Prize giving's at the end of August. And the MVP votes are coming in and you can see. You can see it.
We should be, is it a Google form?
Yeah, you can see.
Google form, match the last names up, and any last names that are the duplicates. Scratch them.
You can see. You can see. I'm just telling people out there they can see.
Oh, this is good. It's because you think they can't see.
Yeah,
they go. They're not going to know this.
It's anonymous, is it?
Yeah,
it's a bit like your workplace anonymous feedback things. This is anonymous.
They're not anonymous
until we go back and work out your IP address, and then we fire you.
Yeah, and then we see. Wait, what?
Never trust.
Oh no,
never trust.
I've got some apologies to make here. Listen, I'm sorry to all the people I've slammed in those work threads over the years.
I saw a video, one of the greatest halftime shows, and it is the Merrickville Beer, Footy and Food Festival, which looks so Australian.
It's the greatest day out of all time. So the halftime it's sort of like a feature of the day. So this Merrickville, so the Beer, Footy and Food Festival, it's in its 10th year.
Yeah.
An incredible idea. When I saw it, I couldn't believe we hadn't thought of this. It's basically like a beer and food festival.
Yeah.
That's on the embankment of a of a footy ground in Sydney.
Yes.
So the embankment packs out with people drinking beers all afternoon. There's 3 games.
There's no limit to beers. You're not going to get limited at half time.
No, well, it's like all clubs. So it's at Horton Park in Marrickvale, which is like very cool, like by Newton, like very trendy part of Sydney. So everyone, it's just like a good vibe. It's 3 games. So it kicks off in the morning with some NSRLW. So you've got the Dogs versus Cronulla. Then it goes into, I guess, some local footy, some Illawarra Rugby League, Sutherland versus Corrimal. Then this is the piece that we'd seen. A lovely game called Streaker Bullrush. And, I mean, you can imagine it. There's streakers on one side. Everyone's in their underpants.
Yep.
Then everyone in the middle is security guards.
Yeah, and high-vis.
And it's full bullrush. One guy runs out. It was actually the guy, what's his name, Mr. Krabs or something from the band Sticky Fingers, which I thought was pretty humorous, who led off the charge. He calls bullrush. Everyone charges through. There's like 35 dudes in their undies getting tackled by streakers. And it's there and back. It's classic bullrush rules.
Yep.
It's amazing. We should have it at every All Blacks game, streaker bullrush.
Yeah, forget the wounding kind of musical theatre shit that they got at the moment.
Yeah.
It's pretty punishing. Just give the people what they want. Either this stuff or a high ball challenge or just something simple.
I think streaker bullrush in some sense is so great. Like when you think of the joy that the crowd gets when a streaker beats a security guard,
Yes.
when they will break a tackle or throw a step, the whole crowd goes crazy. You can have this you can legitimize it. We can legitimize streaking. And you can also because I would love to streak, but I think it's maybe passed me by. And I'm into the stage where the repercussions almost aren't worth it now. You go, God, I didn't do it when I was younger. And now I'm, but I still would I love the idea of doing it once in my life. And this could be the avenue to do it legitimately. And I know that, you should just say, just fucking wipe it off and get out there.
Yeah.
But I'll do it in this instance.
Yeah,
100%.
well, because we're a big advocate for the streaker lanes. If you're building a new stadia.
Yeah.
That just have lanes that any time in the match you can just run up and down nude if you want. Some people just want to get out of the system.
Oh, I mean, the day doesn't finish there, by the way. After that, there's a New South Wales Cup game, and it all rounds up with they roll a wrestling ring in the middle, and there's some Pro Wrestling Australia, and Victor Radley was the ref.
Does it get any more Australian than this day out?
I just love it. The idea that everyone goes out. I mean, they're playing local footy. I think that's the main thing. So everyone gets to watch 3 games of footy. You're on the embankment in the sun all day, drinking beers. There's a wrestling match at the end. It's family. It's fun. I just fucking love it. It's so good.
Yeah, it ticks so many boxes.
It does. And it's one of these things that's it's built at a club level. It hasn't been bought by some, no one's going in being like, let's start a beer and food festival. It's people who love their footy, love a brewski. They're like, how can we get people on the embankment for a day? 10th year, it's only getting bigger and better by the looks of things. It's just joyous. I just love it. And it proves the benefit of having an embankment. A big grassy embankment at a sports venue it's massive as well.
Especially a grassroots one like that.
Yeah, you just have a big. What is like the best grassy knoll in New Zealand sport?
There's a pretty good one at Seddon Park in Hamilton. That's a big grassy embankment.
That is incredible. But yeah, I guess it's a cricket only ground.
The rugby wise, there's probably not one. I mean, you Seamanoff Stadium up in Whangarei.
What'd you say?
Seamanoff.
Oh, you're right.
Has got a big grass embankment. It's a bit steep though.
It is a bit steep because I think the same thing about Mount Smart. It's got a big grassy bank, but you wouldn't want to have a beer fest there.
Yeah, Albany's the same as well. They've got a big grass bank behind, which what happens at those games is it just turns into a big wrestling match with kids rolling up and down.
Which is what happens off the back of any embankment. If you ever go to like a cricket game at Hagley, the back of the back of the embankment is just kids rolling around, grassy as all hell.
Grass mites.
I actually think this is my hot take for the day, that Seddon Park embankment on a full Black Caps, when it's sold out in there, the big part of the Seddon Park embankment could be the best cricket watching in terms of fun venue in New Zealand.
I'd have to agree. I spent many an afternoon up there.
When that's sold out, just the sheer amount of people in that one space, I think the overall ground, it's probably somewhere between Hagley and Bay Oval when the full ground is humming. I'd probably have to lean Bay Oval just because Cantabs are a bit soft.
The only thing with those ovals, beautiful to look at, beautiful drone shots, great purpose-built cricket grounds, but there is a distinct lack of atmosphere due to the fact that the noise just disappears.
Yeah.
So there's not the roar that there is in Wellington or Auckland, Eden Park, or at Matt Henry Stadium. There's not that, or the one in Christchurch.
Doesn't quite get as boisterous.
Doesn't capture the sheer noise of an audience.
Yeah.
So often when you go there, you think, fuck, this is quiet, because it just disappears, because it doesn't have that
Yeah, I do know what you
stands.
mean. I think that's why Seaton is so good, because you can get so many people in that one chunk. The vast majority of the crowd is in sort of one area. Everyone else is sort of trickled around the rest of it, which is, Bay Oval and Hagley do separate them out. I will say I have had one particular night in Christchurch. I think it was when, a few years ago, I think maybe Pakistan and Bangladesh came over, and there was sort of like 5 or 6 T20s over the course of a week that they ran there in November.
Oh, that's right.
The Saturday night there was as loose as I've seen a game in Christchurch. Normally Christchurch and, Cantabrians, I've got a love-hate relationship with them. I think they can be the worst crowds in the world. They'll sit there quiet all game, and then once the game is over, then they'll clap. But this Saturday night, they were on one. They were, I think we had like maybe 11 or 12 streakers over the course of the evening.
Was that post-COVID? Was that kind of a post-COVID?
Yeah, it would have been around then. It would have been around 2022, I would say.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember.
November 22 is what I would put the date at. And it's the first Saturday night. I think a bus full of Lincoln students came in, and they were all in onesies. And I don't think they were wearing anything under the onesies. So the streaking capabilities are through the roof. Because you can just ditch the onesie. And Hagley as well. Once you've been on the field, you've just got to jump one embankment, one fence, and then you're home and hosed.
Yeah.
Then you can run to Ilam, get to one of the flats, and look after yourself. A lot of these fellas were getting tackled and brutalised. But we think we had 12 streakers, and I do believe, and I don't want to disparage a particular security company, so I won't say which one it was because I can't quite remember, but whatever security company had the contract that game, they have not been back at Hagley since. They lost it. They let too many. They were like, should we put some more security guards on all the shit-faced dudes in onesies? Nah, let's see how surely there won't be another one. Oh no, another plane has hit the towers. It was just relentless streaking.
Speaking of the Hamilton embankment, it's one of the great embankments. Like you're saying, 80% of the crowd are condensed to that huge embankment.
Yeah.
But also the footpath in front of it as well turns into some of the great kind of people watching commentary you'll ever hear. From the clever to the absolutely fucking boneheaded.
Oh, well, if someone has had to walk past that footpath a million times with a microphone and a camera, I do not care for it. You just open slather to get berated from every single person. Hey, Vittori!
That's good.
I just want to say this. If you ever see me out and about, I'm a guy with glasses. The amount of times people have been like, hey, Vittori!
I'd take Vittori over Tom Phillips, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess in full, because I have to wear punishing full black caps regalia, the hat, the shirt, everything. So they're like, yeah, Vittori, especially if I let the beard get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a generational talent when it comes to spin bowling, so I think that's where the main difference is. It is better than Tom Phillips.
But I mean, they've probably not been ironic. They're probably so wasted that they think you are Vittori.
A man has genuinely thought I was Daniel Vittori before, and he started talking to me, and I was like, I'm just I'm also 15 years younger than him. How old's he?
He would be
late 40s?
47.
Okay, 10 years younger than him. But yeah, you're like, come on, man, that's hurtful. I also once got in a lift after a game, staying at the team hotel when I was still in my work kit, black cap shirt, black caps hat. Walked in, and I'm also probably wearing like Chuck Taylors and a pair of shorts, and an old boy gets in the lift. He goes, oh, great game today, mate. You were brilliant out there. And I was like, oh, did you see the big screen? I said, no, well, watch the game. Yeah, you played really well.
Did you see the big screen?
Well, I thought he was complimenting my work. And then he was like, no, you played really well. And I was like, oh.
Do you think you're Mitchell Satner?
I don't know who he thought I was. But I do like the idea that the player, he thought I was a player and that I just wore my full kit home to the hotel.
Well, Richard Hadley used to do that. He used to go to the pub in his full kit.
If I was Richard Hadley, I'd go to the pub in my full kit too.
He'd famously, after test matches in his full whites, just go to the pub.
Oh, and bring it back. I've said it a million times. I just want to win anything in my life where I'm playing in a full kit so I can wear the kit for 2 days. Like, if you ever...
Like Benny Tamiafuna over
100%. Like, I've won one championship in my life. It was the Premier Colts rugby in Dunedin. I played for Varsity Blues. It was a big deal at the time. I know it's only Colts rugby. But I so regret getting out of my kit. Yeah. I wish I'd stayed in it for a full day. You, of course, have a huge Sunday session the next day. I could have still been in my kit. We had a massive day at Lone Star that night. I could have been in my kit. And it never happened. I've never won a championship again in my life of any wear a sports kit. I just want to wear it for a full thing. I need to play like a charity game of rugby so that I can wear my kit afterwards to the after function. It's just so good.
You can just do it, You could just wear a uniform to work. Just keep on wearing it.
Just keep on wearing it. But then it's, they don't even know. I'm just in my blue jeans and a I always love the footage of Shane Christie showing up to the team hotel, RIP, after the Highlanders won in 2015. Next day, and he's still got his boots on. So it's 9 a.m. the following day. Hasn't even taken his boots off. He's got a vest on, sort of like a puffer vest to keep him warm, but still full regalia, strapping tape on the knee,
Nice.
boots on, full night in town with his boots on. And I love it so much.
Now, this has snuck up on us. On Friday, the Commonwealth Games kick off.
What?
So it is back in Glasgow. Glasgow hosted the 2014 Games because it was in Birmingham last time. Birmingham, you're right. So it's back in Glasgow. It was supposed to be in Victoria in Australia, but the Victorian government cracked the shits last year and said, too expensive, don't want to have it.
So is it just going to be like in Melbourne?
Yeah.
And just in the venues that already exist?
Yeah, and they said, nah, not having it. And a new government came in, their new state government came in and said, nah, and they axed it straight away.
Were they set to lose billions?
Potentially.
Yeah.
So, rightly so, they said, nah, beat it. And so Glasgow said, I guess we'll do it. We can do it. We've got the facilities, but there's some sports we're not doing because it's too expensive. So this is known as the Commonwealth Budget Games.
Yeah.
So they've got rid of 9 sports from Birmingham. So the 9 they're getting rid of are mainly team sports as well. So they're getting rid of rugby sevens. So there goes our chances there. They're getting rid of hockey. So our chances there are quite high usually. They're getting rid of cricket.
Should have been there anyway.
Shouldn't have been there. And racket sports, badminton, squash, and table tennis are all gone. Squash, obviously, we always do quite well at.
It seems hurtful.
Wrestling's gone, and shooting and triathlon, which we would have done well as, is gone as well. So basically, what they've done is like we've got Glasgow said we've got 4 venues. That's it. We're not doing any more than 4 venues. So that means there's only 10 sports being played in this Commonwealth Games. So your usual, your athletics, swimming, track cycling, artistic gymnastics, boxing, judo, weightlifting. Surprisingly, netball has still made the cut in the team sports.
So they must have a gym.
Yep, a gym available.
I think it's all venue based.
But lawn bowls gets a run. They don't get cut. And 3-on-3 basketball is also in there. So
how 3-on-3 basketball got in there is absolutely beyond me. It's
only
not
3 of
even a sport.
it's only 3 of them.
But it's not a sport.
I know.
There's no, I mean, I'll say this as I look at sevens and say, well, that's a version of a sport where there's fewer players. But I just don't understand 3-on-3 basketball.
I guess they look at it as a growth sport.
They say this is training people to play actual basketball. I just don't think, I mean, it's a bit of a farce all round. But I think triathlon's hard done by, but I guess in triathlon
They just shut down streets.
You've got to shut down streets, outdoor swimming venue usually. So it's not like you can just do it in the pool like the Kiwi Kids triathlon and then have them run around a park. Like you've got to, but that hurts. I think it's also like a prestige event for me. Like I think the triathlon for me is like the highlight.
Like ultimate athlete as well.
Totally. You've got the ultimate all-rounder. A few of the other ones, I mean, cricket I can deal with. Hockey I think is tough because hockey I think is a sport that's struggling anyway. And these events like Commonwealth Games and Olympics, they truly are the pinnacle. But I guess it's just another venue
they have to
and
open.
Huge amount of numbers. If you have, a dozen teams, 20 teams of 30 people, it blows out the budget. So sorry, see you later.
So this is either the new Commonwealth Games model, or this is the death of Commonwealth Games. There's only one way this is going to go because they've scaled it back and said, we'll use the same facilities we had in 2014. But no one's putting their hands up for the next one.
No. Well, it's borderline a school sports event at this stage, the amount of sports they've got. Like there's probably bigger sports exchanges. Like Ames Games is probably bigger than this.
I think it might be.
Yeah, than the actual Commonwealth Games.
I think it might be.
I'm also stumped as why the city pays for things.
Oh, it's old school. It's like the Olympics thing and all that kind of carry on. But I think things have changed now. Cities are like, we can't afford this anymore. We don't get the return.
I just don't think it brings in enough. People aren't. If the Commonwealth Games was going to come to New Zealand, I just don't think there'd be a queue of people outside to watch. Some 2 random Commonwealth countries playing 3-on-3 basketball. I just don't know if people would wander up. When New Zealand played, I think they would sell out. But other than that, I think it would be pretty accessible.
It depends where you had it. If they set it up down in the waterfront somewhere and people were at bars.
You know what? I think you could do it in Christchurch now. I think it's the sort of thing that people might go, use some of the new facilities around the place and maybe that would work. I think Auckland might be the case of there's too much other options.
Yeah.
Maybe Christchurch or Wellington, or go rogue and have it in Gizzy. Replace R&V with the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, that's true. What am I going to do now? Because every year I get shredded for R&V. So I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Well,
Who am I going to get shredded for?
I don't know if R&V itself is finishing. I think they're just moving from Gizzy for whatever reason. I have no idea.
But they have to go to a vineyard though. Otherwise, you can't call it R&V, can you?
Well, yeah, I guess what's the one in the South Island called Rhythm and
Alps?
I guess you could go to a different vineyard.
They could have it on K Road and call it Rhythm and Vines, just injecting Rhythm and Veins.
Sorry. Rhythm and Veins, there you go.
Yeah, injecting morphine and kind of
you could have it like Rhythm and Mines and play it on sort of a war-torn field in like Uganda where there's a lot of mines around.
Yeah, that could work too.
That would be dangerous though. You'd have a few too many, wander out into no man's land and get a limb blown off.
Oh, well.
I think I take back Rhythm and Mines. It's a bad idea. But, I'm just spitballing at the brainstorm.
Okay, so I can still get shredded every year for Rhythm and Vines.
You can still get shredded for R&V. I don't know where it'll be. I'm sure they'll announce it. There's one more hurrah, so if you're into that sort of thing. It's actually, I didn't meet my wife there, but that was where we hooked up for the first time.
Yeah, awesome.
And it was actually this year. So it was, 2006/7, 20 years ago at New Year's.
So what are people going to do? Rip up the vines? Take some vines with them as souvenirs?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I wonder what they are doing with the venue. I haven't looked into it. All I've done is seen various influencers posting stories, and so I thought, that's sad. But yeah, I'm sure there's as with everything, at first you go, I can't believe it, and then they'll tell you the reality. You go, it's pretty believable.
Oh yeah, it's but basic, isn't it? Owned by who's the big promoter now?
I want to say Eccles?
No, it's not Eccles. It's the other big one, the big global one.
Oh, Ticket Nation or something?
Yeah.
Ticketmaster?
No, Live Nation.
Live Nation, there we go. Ticket Nation, Live Master.
Live Nation, they didn't Ticketmaster anyway, but Live Nation own it. So I guess they're just looking at it going, we could probably run this in Auckland.
We actually have a venue that we already own that we don't have to pay for, and we want to chuck it in there. R&V Spark Arena just doesn't hit the same.
Nah, but they'll do it though.
They'll do it. They'll go, you know what, we'll do it. Or R&V Waiheke.
Or R&V maybe out in the old what's the one out by the Auckland airport that they've just shut down recently? They used to have big concerts out there.
I never went to one, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think that's where they had someone like in the veins of Jimmy Barnes out there, and they had to cut off all the booze sales because the boomers were sacking full bottles of wine and then bombing them at each other. There was all sorts of unruly boomer behaviour. They would have hopped up on Chardonnay and started, because I guess you can't serve wine and anything else but a bottle. Like, it's not like you can get a full can of bottle of wine.
Yeah, they
still have to sell you the wine bottle, and then lo and behold, someone's lobbing them around. Karens are hitting each other in the heads with wine bottles, and they had to cut off the service.
Go Kiwi. Right, let's take a quick break, and we're back for yours, please.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Before we get into the yours pleases, we've got ice hockey tickets to give away. New Zealand ice hockey season is well underway. Tony Lyall, we've got a double pass to give away. Games are happening in Auckland, Queenstown, Dunedin, and Christchurch. It's a bloody good time. Went along and saw the Stampede. The Sky City Stampede out in West Auckland. It's a bloody good time.
Love it.
Text ICE and your city to 3236 and we'll hook you up with some tickets. We're also posting links to every game live on our Instagram story every weekend, so keep an eye out for those and click through to watch some ice hockey.
So Ice Auckland or Ice Queenstown would be examples of what you need to text to 3236. Ice Dunedin or Ice Christchurch.
That's right. Yep.
Ice Christchurch, probably not the first time that's been said in the same sentence.
Absolutely. First yours, please.
Yeah, okay, lads. Hey, multiple time wounded here. Hey, never really been a fan of being a part of the Generati that fucking Matt Heath fucking called us. But more than happy to be part of the Goon Tuggers. Can we change that up, please? Can we be the Goon Tuggers now?
Oh, gotta be.
Generati?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Oh, mate, I'm all for it.
Mate, I'm a proud Goon Tugger. I think it makes sense that, we just sort of give a name that more represents accurately the people we represent.
And then you could shorten it to Up the Tuggers.
Up the Tuggers.
Yeah.
And you go, what are you doing now? I go, I'm just having a quick tug.
Yeah.
That's, I'm having a quick listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Have a tug. Have a tug on the potty.
Did you have a goon tug today? Oh, I haven't goon tugged yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm just going to go mow the lawns and have a tug.
And then when you say goodbye, you can be like, Guten Tag. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
the
Goon
old
Tuggers.
Tugger.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great suggestion. I'm going to run with that.
Yeah,
Next
it's good.
one. Yours, please.
Yeah, g'day boys. Just sitting through the second podcast waiting for your in-depth analysis of the World Cup final, and I'm pleased to see you've focused on what's important, that being Trump, the halftime show, and celebrities in the crowd. I just wanted to point out one other mistake these commentators made with the celebrities when camera cut to Mick Jagger and they described him as that elderly English gentleman. Made me giggle anyway. Look, wherever Messi is, hope he cheers the fuck up. See you, cunts.
Cheer up, Messi.
I think that the commentator was sort of being, what's the word? Like, he obviously knew everyone knew because, there's that elderly English gentleman.
You think he was being
tongue-in-cheekish?
Yeah, right.
That was my read on that. But I do agree. It's pretty funny if he didn't know who he was.
I saw some footage of Ringo Starr the other day.
God, how's he looking?
When you say that Madonna looked like she was like an android being rolled out.
Yes.
Ringo Starr's, he's dyed his beard black. He's dyed his hair jet black. This is a strange look. I mean, he looks very youthful.
The fully old guy hair dye is crazy. You don't look normal.
No.
There's not an 80-year-old out there with a full black beard and head. Ringo's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, he looked like Gary going undercover on Team America. Yeah, it looked like that. It just looked off.
He does have a bit of the Team Americas about him because I think he's as smooth as a barn door. Like he's had every wrinkle sort of shocked out of him, and then dyes everything black. Often wears glasses, I think, because I don't think you can get rid of the bags around your eyes. So you wear glasses. So you do look fake. You look like you look like you're not real.
Laka.
Okay. You can say that these days.
Yeah. Well, next one.
Hong Kong. Love this.
Hey guys, quick one for me. Who's better, the Barretts or the Foxys?
The Foxy
one of the
intro.
all-time great intros. That is just, I love the, hey guys, off the back of that is well done, well played. That's the yours please of the day. Oh, damn, that ruled. Foxy. Well, I think you'd have to say at this stage the Barretts, just because 3 All Blacks in the same cluster and the dad being a Hurricane. I think that's a pretty decent sample.
I'm going to go, if Smiley had become an All Black, I'd probably go with the Barretts. But
I think we've also got to bear in mind you've got an All Black captain and 2 All Black vice captains in there. You've got a player who's probably going to play the most tests of all time. You've got, has he already? No, he must be behind Whitelock.
Who's that?
Bodie. What's he played? 144 odd off the top of my head.
He hasn't played many recently though.
No, but he'll play at least one in Aussie, in South Africa. I think he's still got a few more in him. Bodie, I've got faith. I think this is just what he needs to go. You know what? You ain't all shit, and you need to get back out there and show us that speedy sort of running style that we know and love you for. I think he's got more tests in him.
I think globally, I'm going to go for the Fox family.
Globally, that's hard to argue with.
Yeah, I think, and the lineage going through the line, there's only 2 in the Barrett.
Yeah.
Unless Smiley Barrett's parents were any sort of sports people of note.
No, well, I think the mother might have also swum for New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I think they bred such incredible children. Yeah. I mean, Kane played for the Blues as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think the other brother plays for Coastal down in the Naki, so, a bit of a club battler. So, also, I mean, not to belittle the guy, but that must be a tough pill to swallow that genetics gave 4 of your brothers these freakish skills to literally make 3 out of 4 of them All Blacks. The other one, they say probably could have been, was veering in the right direction before concussion took him out of it. And then for you just to not get it, you go, really? I didn't.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm not also 6'4". What the fuck? This is carnage. And it must be the only thing anyone ever talks to him about. How are the brothers? How's he over?
You change your name.
You change it just to become like, Dale Stevenson.
Yeah, Dale Shelford. Or something.
But although I guess he can be the vibe guy. He's like, what? I'll bring the party.
Yeah.
I still get to go and stay at the houses with the solar panels on the roofs. I still get to.
I wonder if he gets solar panels.
There's probably a few Tudor watches floating around that get flicked his way from Bodie. Like I don't imagine it's a tough life, but I do feel for the fella.
Yeah. Anyway, next one. Yours, please.
G Lane.
Oh, God. You flying a chopper?
You were literally saying just on Thursday on the sportsbook.
I know.
Liam Lawson has more chance winning a Grand Prix. All he needs is a pilot. Then Ryan Fox has at winning a major.
I was hoping no one listened to that.
You miserable bastard.
Oh.
You miserable G Lane.
Well, this guy's just on a Chinook from Vietnam. He likes to smell a napalm in the morning, and he's lighting you up. He has lit you right up.
I was hoping no one. I did mention the fact I did say that on the sports book because I was talking about how loyal New Zealand punters are. That's all. And I genuinely thought that you've got Liam Lawson coming 5th, 6th in Grand Prix. He's one pile up away from winning one or a thunderstorm. I never imagined in my wildest dreams Foxy winning the Open. Or winning a major. I
guess he's got every time that Liam Lawson goes out there, he's got a 1 in 20 chance of winning, and he goes out, however many times a year. So it does seem from an odds chance, a higher odds. And I mean, the TAB will probably back you there, 151 paying for Foxy to win at the start. I wonder what
mid-round
Liam
he was
Lawson
500. Pays. He was 500 after 2 rounds.
Yeah,
Foxy.
so and I wonder, do you know any idea what Liam Lawson sort of pays on average to win?
To win, he's about the same. I think it's over $100.
Yeah, so they're big odds. You're not expecting it to happen, but he could do a Bradbury. He could do a Bradbury, the Australian ice skater.
Ice hockey, it's ice
skater, and everyone else fell over, and he scooted to victory. If he was in 4th or 5th, and there was a huge pile up, and he just Bradbury's through there and wins. So it's not out of the realms of possibility. And I'm going to say, from my educated position today, I think there's a shit take, and I think Foxy was always going to win it. I think he was never in doubt. I can't believe he said that on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone's more surprised. I think he's probably just as surprised as everyone.
Could you say that that's potentially a reverse curse, and maybe the G Lane curse is broken now because you went on the record and say he will never win, or he won't win, he's unlikely to win, and then he won?
Yeah.
So really, you could be responsible for his victory?
So I should basically say he's no chance for the rest of his career.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you should go on and say, the Wars are no chance to win the NRL this year. The ABs next year, they got no chance.
At the World Cup.
At the World Cup.
Just turn into the New Zealand's most negative sports fan.
Well, there's a few broadcasters out there who'll beat that.
Oh, that's true, actually. They've cemented themselves.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've listened to anything, but it's tough sledding.
That's true, actually. It's going to be a tough battle to the top.
Yeah, tough battle. The most negative New Zealand sports broadcaster. Woo-wee! Now that is a Mountain Rushmore.
Oh, no, but that audio will be clipped and played tomorrow, no doubt, on the sports book tomorrow with Carl. And I'll have to live there. I'll have to just take that one on the chin.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Next one.
Petition for the ACC to come down and commentate Stags Day at Invercargill on Saturday the 1st of August. As you all know, Stags Day is the probably highest form of premier sporting event you can find in New Zealand. It's in Invercargill this year against those fucking wankers Otago. Probably put 50 points on them, the old Stags. Come down, Rugby Park. Great to see us. Stags, man.
Well, I like my Otago rugby, so if we were to do that, I have to wear the Otago shirt. Unfortunately, couldn't roll in the Stag shirt, no affiliation. But it sounds like a hell of a day.
Not much warning though. I'm afraid. Like that's only next week.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah,
that's next week.
Otherwise, I'll be keen. I mean, we are going to head down. We're going to do some great routes in New Zealand at some stage down the South Island. So we should probably time it with some of that. We're going to get the community combox up and running with GWM, which is going to be good. So we can roll into some grassroots footy matches, and you can either commentate or weekend. It's up to you. We might sit back and have some beers while you guys commentate your own game, maybe.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me to sit back and have a couple of beers. But yeah, that is literally next Saturday. So very late call up to expect some freedom there. But I guess that is the remarkable thing is the NPC rugby starts this coming weekend.
Does it?
I believe on the 26th of July. Or it could be the 28th. So whatever it is, it's coming at us fast. Within the week, we'll be playing some form of NPC rugby. Let's call it and say next weekend's the first weekend.
So Com Games and NPC up on us. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a real throwback to 1986.
Yeah, it is. Do we have any more yours, please? It's just the one left.
Right, fellas, I got another Sporting Sahara would you rather. Would you rather ski the Olympic halfpipe completely naked while it's streamed onto OnlyFans or some shit like that, or be a pitch invader, completely, fully clothed, carrying a selfie stick, absolutely everything on, and not even get tackled by Red Badge?
I'm going to go full nude on the halfpipe. I think there is no dignity in running on a field fully clothed with a selfie stick.
No, there isn't. It's maybe the worst thing you can do as a punter with a selfie stick.
There should be a life sentence for that. I think people should go away for a very long time.
It's a ban for life for me if you're fully clothed with a selfie stick.
Incarceration for me.
Yeah, you're just interrupting the game and there's no nudity. I don't even mind with a bit of clothes on, but it's the selfie stick that is just the absolute humiliator. Of even with the phone out filming it. Although I don't mind seeing sometimes those reverse angles when you see the person. But if you're what about nude with a selfie stick?
Nude with a selfie stick, I can maybe stomach.
Nude, you'd prefer nude just with the phone in the hand.
Yeah, I think so because I mean that's a big moment for you.
And you're getting another angle. And oftentimes these days, the broadcast will cut away. They'll just flip the cameras to the crowd, so it actually isn't seen by anyone else. At least say to someone in the crowd, hey, I'm on the street, can you film this? Because it's going to be cracker.
And I guess the half pipe at the Winter Olympics, you're going to probably have to come out with a half mongrel because you're going to get a severe cashew by the bottom of the pipe.
You're not going to not give it a wee goon tug before you go.
You've got to do a Guten tug up the top.
100%. It's a classic before the showers after a game of rugby. You got to give it a couple of pumps just to make sure that, it's not a humiliator.
Get the blood flowing because, you don't want to be going down cold on that because you'll come at the other end. You're just going to have to deal with the fact you've globally gone on TV with a cashew nut.
Yeah,
that's the only problem.
When do you think that it is okay, to give it? I don't know what the prime is to prime it.
Well, there's the prime, but then there's always the post. So you can actually go through with it, and you've got the post-coital blood flow that probably lasts a good couple of minutes. You've got a couple of minutes before your carriage turns back into a pumpkin.
Well, I think I should have primed before the vasectomy doctor, who I had to see again yesterday, by the way. I had to get it out again.
What did he say?
Well, he was like, yes, looks all right. But I really regret, I should have primed for that one, because again, every time I've been like, God, it's humiliating. But then I guess you don't want to come in too hot, and he's like...
Yeah, because he's just going to go, have you just had a wank?
Well, he'll think you're propositioning him.
Yeah.
He'll look at you and go, nothing's happening here, by the way.
It's like, have you just... Oh.
Although if he was to proposition, you go, well, at least you know you're not going to get pregnant, 80-year-old dude. At least you know you're in for this is all just enjoyable.
This is guilt-free.
This is guilt-free, mate. This is fat-free yogurt.
Guys, I see so many dicks.
We've seen mine on 3 different occasions.
So many dicks.
And I need to stress this. I've talked to a few people. No one else has had to go in for a pre and post inspection. They've gone in, got the snip, carried on with their lives.
No, I didn't get one.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know why.
Post.
He gave it a wee touch again yesterday. I don't know what's going on.
Did he give you a pre-touch?
He gave me a pre. I went in for a full hour.
Is your doctor Catholic?
No, he seems like a lovely... See, this is the part thing. I don't want to besmirch him.
Do you call him Father Brown as opposed to Dr. Brown?
Yeah, but he did have a little touch and a look around beforehand. And I did ask a friend and was like, why would he have done this? No one else seemed to have got it. And they work in the field. They go, maybe he was like doing that so he did the first inspection, the touching, so that it would make the actual procedure shorter, which does make sense. But I still don't know why he had to give me the BJ.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's part of the post-treatment, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, we'll knock this one.
This is pastoral care.
We'll knock this one on the head, and we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, if you want to send us yours, please smash that microphone button and send one through. Particularly if you haven't sent one through before, let's increase the yours, please, gene pool.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to all the goon tuggers out there.
Yeah, get on there and tug some goon.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.